Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have a Reddit Online video for you guys. I'm sorry that I haven't done a Reddit Online video in some time. I've just been busy with just so many projects. I've been doing Saints Row 2, the GTA Trilogy, Call of Duty Vanguard, some lore videos, and I'm also visiting my family for Thanksgiving, so I've just been overwhelmed with a bunch of stuff. But just know, I haven't given up on Reddit Online content. I still play the game. I'm just sorry I haven't done a video or a stream on it in some time. I will do a stream this week. I'll do a content also on the next update when that comes out in December, but from the looks of it, that next update doesn't seem to be too great. And I'm just getting really pissed off with the state of Reddit Online is in. I think a lot of people can agree with me on that. This game is being neglected so badly. Talked about this already several times, but we got a bit of an update on the newswire for the next DLC, and it's not looking good. And I first found out about this information from a great channel called Dirty Tyler, who's mostly a Reddit Online channel. Make sure you guys check him out. I will link him down below. He's a great channel. He's approaching 100,000 subscribers, so check him out. So I saw Dirty Tyler's video the other day in which he actually talked about this specific section of the newswire. I don't even read the newswires, the Reddit newswires really anymore, because usually they give us a bunch of useless information on discounts and they barely talk about the next update. But here, we do have a little bit of information on the next update, and I'm going to warn you, this is not looking good. So I'm just going to skip through everything in the newswire and just talk about the section on the next update. So when we get to this section about blood money rewards, now blood money, this DLC, one of the worst Reddit Online DLCs of all time. One of the worst. I don't know if I'd say it's the worst. I'd say either Outlaw Pass 5 is the worst because it had only an Outlaw Pass with no content, or maybe the February 2019 update, but regardless, I think that we can all agree Blood Money is just one of the worst updates of all time in Reddit Online. So Rockstar keeps acting like Blood Money is this massive success. Remember that interview they gave a few months ago in which they basically acted like Blood Money was this massive success when in reality it wasn't? It was just a disaster, and they keep talking about blood money rewards on the newswire like somehow people care about this, and they care about Capitale, which is one of the most useless currencies ever. Now, at the very bottom of the blood money rewards section, we see this. Also look for Capitale boost across all blood money contract missions until November 29th. So I'm assuming that past November 29th that we're going to have some word on the next DLC. Small and large chests along with criminals will have increased Capitale rewards to help you prepare for more opportunities. Oh no. Now, opportunities. These are those missions that you unlock with Capitale. When you went after those expensive gems for Guido Martelli, those were the opportunity missions. And, while they were more unique than some of the, regular missions, there were some different approaches. Largely, they sucked. These weren't in free mode. These were just something you connected to. You needed like 25 Capitale to do, the best one that will give you the biggest payout. It just, it got repetitive really fast. It wasn't a lot of fun. And basically, Rockstar's solution is, you know what? The reason people are pissed off is because we haven't added enough opportunity missions. They never think, maybe the last DLC we released, maybe that was a bit of a disaster. Maybe we should try something again. Maybe we should add maybe a new business to Reddit Online. Maybe, we could add properties to the game, let players customize them. Player housings, things that players have been asking for years. Maybe we could actually let people rob trains and banks in free mode with their friends. Maybe actually let them play as an actual outlaw gang in free mode instead of them being just errand boys. But no, Rockstar is like, you know what? Instead, let's do more opportunity missions. One of the worst DLCs ever. Let's just expand on it. That is their solution right there. That is their solution. Unless these opportunity missions are in free mode themselves, where we can actually rob banks and trains in free mode, and not have to grind Capitale to unlock these missions, which Capitale is one of the most useless currencies. And on top of that, we have to hear the characters constantly say Capitale, which just gets so annoying. I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever seen a developer that is so neglectful of their game like this. It is so obvious what the community wants in this game. It is so obvious. I don't know what is wrong with Rockstar. I don't know. I know I've ranted about this so many times. People are going to probably say that I've ranted about this so much, but I probably wouldn't have even uploaded this video if I didn't see this stupid post on the newswire in regards to this. But this is just so dumb. You have a developer that they would have to be idiots to if they don't know what the community wants. It is so obvious what the community wants. What's the point of your damn feedback page if you're not going to listen to the feedback on your feedback page? What's the point of it? It might just be there to make it seem like they're listening to the community when in reality they're not. I'll tell you, what do people want on this game? People want player housing. You know, the outlaws that we play as in these games are basically multimillionaires at this point. Even though, you know, somebody doesn't have, even though somebody does not have, you know, not every player has over $1 million in the game, which over $1 million, that's like $1 billion in, you know, GT Online, if to compare it. I don't want to compare it to GT Online, but, you know, a lot of people, you know, for instance, they look at the cash, they're like, oh, you know, $1,000 isn't that much. $1,000 is a lot of money in Red Dead Online. And, you know, $1 million, that's an insane amount of money in Red Dead Online. Some players have already hit that money. Some players have even hit way more than that. So basically, even though this game, you know, is over 120 years ago, the amount of money that the characters have in Red Dead Online, most players have, they're pretty much multi-millionaires at this point. And they're living in these small camps in, like, the middle of nowhere. And, you know, even though I don't have anything really against the camp system, my question is, why is there no player housing in the game? You know, people have been asking for player housing since day one. It's already been 3 years. Red Dead Online is over 3 years old. Why is there no player housing still in this game? And I know some people might bring up the argument that we're outlaws and all this other stuff and blah, 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 this. But get this. In GTA Online, you commit the most ridiculous crimes in GTA Online. The most ridiculous ones. And yet you own penthouses, you own stilt houses, you own offices, all these different properties. But in Red Dead Online, what can we own? A moonshine business? That's it? You know, why are there no properties in this game? Why is there no houses that we can own? And why is there no house customization? With the fact that we can, you know, choose the furniture in the camp. Imagine how cool that would be. If we could actually, like, own a house in Saint Denis. We could actually customize it, choose where furniture goes and stuff like that. We could invite friends over. You know, you could play, Five Finger Fillet. You could play dominoes. You could play poker. They could add a lot of different activities. They could add maybe a book inside the house in which you can control the businesses. You could buy supplies maybe for the moonshine business. You could buy supplies for the trader business. You know, they could add a lot of stuff to houses like that. And the thing is, a lot of players would spend money on houses like these. You know, houses like that would not be cheap. So I don't see why they can't do something like that, despite the fact that players have been asking for it. And that's only one thing. The player housing is only one thing that has been requested. You know, a lot of people have also requested bank robberies. People want to rob banks. I know there's a bank robbery in the Red Dead Online story, but people want to be able to do it in free mode. People want to be able to walk into a bank, wave the gun around, rob the bank, and leave, and then maybe have to deal with lawmen chasing them. And maybe they could, you know, put in some role-playing aspect into this, where you rob a bank, and you have low honor, and your gang, you know, is a bad gang, the posse that you're in, and then there might be like a high honor posse that kind of like role-play lawmen or vigilantes, and will try to stop you. Or maybe how cool would it be if you actually like hijacked a train full of like rich people. You robbed what was on the train, you held the rich people hostage, and then maybe like, you know, a team of like lawmen, other players could come in to try to rescue the hostages, you know, stuff like that. I think that would be cool if you actually had like a whole role-playing element to this game. That's what people want to do, and Rockstar has said, you know, we want to add the roles for role-playing, but they add Naturalist, a role that, you know, people don't really care much about. Sure, it wasn't a completely terrible DLC, but it got boring really fast. People want more to do in this game. They want to actually be able to actually play as outlaws in the Wild West. They don't want these repeated bag missions. These horrible bag missions with just this useless currency capitale. And the thing is, though, is, like I've said before, it's not even a conspiracy at this point. It's not a conspiracy that Red Dead Online is being neglected for GTA Online, because you can look at all the GTA Online DLCs, and you can compare that to Red Dead Online. And you can see that while Red Dead Online got some good early DLCs like Frontiers, Pursuits, and Moonshiners, the second that GTA Online released the casino heist, and Rockstar saw the amount of money they were making from shark cards, they just completely threw Red Dead Online in a dumpster and barely released any content. And the reason that they're releasing small content on Red Dead Online and not completely abandoning it is because I think they want to milk it as much as possible, with as little effort as possible too. Because they think that there's going to be players that are going to get on the game and buy gold bars, even if they add barely anything with barely any effort to the game. It's just absolutely disgusting. My friend Dark Space made a video in which I also commented in which we basically talked about the state of Red Dead Online compared to GTA Online. I'll link that video down below so you guys can check it out. It's comparing a lot of the updates between GTA Online and Red Dead Online. It's really good, but I don't want to explain all of that here because, that would make this video, way long. And also, a lot of you guys know, if you play Red Dead Online, you guys know about the state of the game. You guys know about, the last crappy updates, how we basically had, at least almost 2 years at this point of this crappy updates on Red Dead Online. Crappy or almost barely any good updates. So thank you guys for watching. I'm just really pissed off. I hope that in December we actually get a decent update on Red Dead Online because, I'm seriously losing my patience with Rockstar. And I'm typically a pretty patient person. I typically am, but I'm starting to really lose my patience with Rockstar because I've been playing this game for years, hoping that they eventually add some kind of DLC to this game. I've been trying to get people into this game. I've been trying to encourage people to give this game a chance, and there's so much I can do. As a content creator, there's only so much I can do to support this game. It's really disgusting when at this point the player base and the content creators are trying so hard to keep the game alive, and yet the developer is just basically, whatever. That's basically what the developer is. And what's the most unfortunate is the data miners. The people that actually look for DLC files and try to predict what the next DLC is. They actually get people more excited for the next DLC than Rockstar games themselves. Rockstar has done a terrible job at Red Dead Online, and this December I have very little hope for it, considering the fact that when Rockstar was announcing the GTA trilogy, they added a whole section in there in which they talked about a new business coming to GTA Online, and they didn't give any kind of word on the next Red Dead Online DLC, and now a month later, they're like, get ready for more opportunity missions. This is exactly what you guys want, right? Oh my god. I'm sorry for my rant here, but I'm just so pissed off at Rockstar. I'm just so sick of this this garbage. Why can't this game get the fair treatment that it wants? I know a lot of people tell me, GTA Online is more successful, GTA Online has more players, but more people would play this game. More people would even buy gold bars. Even if there was more content in this game, there was actual content in this game, more people would play. If GTA Online barely got any content, just like Red Dead Online, GTA Online's player base would have dropped. But the reason the player base kept steadily increasing over the years is because of all the diverse content that they've been adding over time. That's why GTA Online became so successful. Yes, it's a GTA game, so it's going to be popular just because of the name, but the reason it became so big was because of the constant updates, the constant large updates. Red Dead Online has had barely any updates for the last 2 years, and because of that, the player base keeps falling, and it's hurting the game ultimately. If you want to save this game, you have to add good content to this game, and big content, especially after the last 2 years. So thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for my rant here, but I'm just so annoyed at Rockstar. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.